Hey guys, 30 weeks now, which is like feeling a little longer, only 10 weeks to go, and baby is the size of a beet, says the app, which I said last week, like it just feels like they're getting smaller and smaller. And this time the beet is the size, like beet with all the leaves, which is longer obviously, but still, you think of a beet, you just think of this little thing. Like I feel like baby is just shrinking, whereas in reality, like feeling my belly, I feel like baby is just getting so large. So it just does not seem to correspond in my mind. But 16 inches, about 3 pounds now. And as you can tell, my allergies are just getting worse. I am so congested. I was talking back again with my doctor and he's basically said, you probably have pregnancy rhinitis, may not get better. I'm having trouble sleeping at this point just because like I cannot breathe. It's not clearing, like I have to breathe out of my mouth dries out, I wake up because it's dry, I have to drink water. I just don't feel rested. I'm not sleeping well, like all this congestion is just, I've reached the point where I think I'm gonna start taking something because I just need to be a little bit better, if that makes sense. So that is definitely a big like symptom this week. And then the other big symptom, like if I had to pick two, the other one would be that I am having some belly pain, and let me just kind of show you exactly where. So it's like upper, probably looks like right in your video, but it's upper left, like right here. And I saw my midwife last week, and that's the day it started. It's like the day that I saw her, and she was like, okay, it's probably like baby's positioning. Try wearing a support band to see if that helps. And so I have tried that. It is not helping at all. The like pushing up or like the support that the belly band provides is not what relieves that pain. It's actually if I like put pressure on it, it relieves it. So it's not like squeezing together, it's not lifting up, but like pressure directly on the spot. And I don't know if it causes baby to move out of the way or what is helping, but that is the only thing that's helping. But it's hurting to move like any position. Like if I'm out walking, it's hurting. If I go from sitting to standing, it hurts. If I move to help the kids, it hurts. Like it's just hurting. Sitting, I usually get some relief. Laying, I get some relief. But it's been like a week now, a full week, and it's that same spot. I don't know. I'm considering, I think I'm going to call my pelvic floor therapist and see if I can get a consultation just to make sure that it's not diastasis or something that I can do proactively to avoid this pain, because I don't know how I can make it 10 more weeks feeling this. Like it's already just hindering daily life. Like it's it's not good. This is the first time I've felt like this in a pregnancy too. So I don't know if it's boys, I don't know what it is. I do feel bigger this pregnancy, but I've never had a pain like this in my past 3. So it's definitely something new for me and like alarming, because it is like there's 10 weeks to go and it is hindering my life. So I really want to do is whatever I can to figure it out. My feet also are like, the heels of my feet are like cracking, and they have been for the past several weeks. And I went and got a pedicure about 3 weeks ago, and that really helped. But now as the seasons are changing, it's getting even worse. And so Dan has been like massaging lotion on my feet, which is really nice. But it definitely, like when you're pregnant and you can't touch your feet and you're on your feet and your feet hurt, you know, it's just not what you want. I honestly, 30 weeks, I've hit 30 weeks and I feel like I'm falling apart. I wish I had a better update for you. Like this week, I guess is just my complain week, because I feel like I'm falling apart. I really do. And the only other thing probably is that I I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but like my belly button has popped. It popped several weeks ago, but I don't think I've ever mentioned it. So I just wanted to add it to my updates here. And it's kind of funny because like with my first, it didn't pop at all. My second, it popped maybe in like the 40th week. She was like 11 days late. So it popped like at the very, very end, like 41 weeks maybe. My third one was probably sometime around 38 or so, and this one was like 20 something. I mean, I don't even know when, but definitely has popped through, and I just don't think I ever mentioned that. So wanted to do that. And I'd say the one good thing about feeling like I'm falling apart is that it really has kicked me into gear to do my exercises. So I have started the Bradley method exercises for natural childbirth. I will touch way more on this in a different video. I'll have to do a Bradley video because they have a specific like diet and exercises and relaxation techniques and just things that prepare you for natural birth. I would recommend that class to everybody, even if like you're not sure you like are on board with natural birth, because it has some really, really helpful info. And one of the most important things it teaches, I think, is that it teaches your partner things that they can do to assist you. It's a class you do together. It's not just like a mom class, it's a mom and dad class. So I think it's a very, very, very worthwhile class. I literally go back to my Bradley workbook, my student workbook, with every single pregnancy. So look that up and check it out and see if it's something you'd be interested in doing, because it's totally worth it. Finally, the other thing is I have sat down and done my 3rd trimester checklist. On my website, I have like a nesting checklist. If you are pregnant and want like a little checklist for yourself, a little printable, it is a free printable on my website, but each pregnancy is a little bit different. So I needed to figure out like what were the specific things that I needed to do this pregnancy, like because I'm giving birth at this time of year and what do we have going on and da 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 da. So I did sit down and do that, and I thought I would just share like my top 10 things that are on my list to make sure I get done in the next, time that I have. So first off was Bradley exercises. I really needed to start that, and thankfully I did. So that's already knocked off. Secondly, I am working on my pantry and freezer stock. I am trying to clean everything out, get rid of anything that's been sitting there for a while, just like use it in everyday recipes, trying to really clean them out to make room for freezer meals that I'm gonna be making, gosh, in the next 5 weeks. I'm gonna start doing that. And so the other part of that is planning for freezer meals. That's number 3, and it should be pretty easy for me because I have done this several times before. I have videos on freezer meal preps I have on my website. I have recipes that I've done and the ingredients you need and all that. So I have stuff, and I'll pull my favorites from those and kind of make my own new list this year. So I will have that available when I get there. Number 4 is godparents. That is always something that we always wait until after the baby's born, and then we're scrambling, like who are we choosing as godparents? So I just wanted to have some real thought about that before the baby is born this time. And kind of going along with that, number 5 would be a baby name list. Like I told you, we really don't name our kids till after birth, and we need to get to the point, like it's 10 weeks left, I want to get to the point where we at least are starting our list. So that's on my list. Number 6 would be to schedule in and get babysitters to be able to do one-on-one special time with each of my kiddos. So the other older 3 before baby comes. So definitely want to get that on the calendar, want to make sure we have that special together time with each one individually. Number 7 is to do maternity pictures and a final family picture, probably something this fall within the next month or 2. We have always done a pregnant family picture, like the last one before baby comes, and then we do another one once the baby arrives, and I just love those pictures like side by side. It's very sweet. So I have to get those scheduled. And then number 8 is to start just going through my postpartum clothes. my nursing outfits. You know, I'm giving birth at a different time of year. We're gonna have our 4th baby in the 4th season. We have a winter, a spring, and a summer baby. Now we're about to have our fall going into winter baby. So I just want to make sure I have, you know, at least a few staples for nursing and that postpartum period that fit and are in good condition, that sort of thing. Number 9 is to do Christmas planning. Because I'm giving birth at Thanksgiving, I just think that all of December is going to be like newborn mode, not Christmas mode. So I want to have everything like done by November 15th. And that means starting basically now. So I have made my checklist, I've made my calendar of all Christmas related things that I need to do starting now. So beware, be ready for some Christmas content a little bit earlier than usual for me this year. And then finally, the other big one is just to make my postpartum, my bedside, my diaper, my wellness, all like my little bins or baskets that I make for postpartum, and a wellness one this year because it is going to be the dead of winter when sickness season starts. So I want to make sure I have like my first aid, you know, not first aid, but my medicine cabinet, my 6th season like bin or station ready for that too, because obviously with a newborn, you do not want to be getting terribly sick. So I want to make sure everyone is staying well, or as well as we can. And that is my probably top 10. So if you're interested in it, let me know in the comments below. I can maybe make a blog post of like what my entire checklist is, but unless you're really interested in it, then I'll probably just not do that. So if you want it, let me know. Otherwise, it's a big long checklist of all the little details. But for a general one, check my website out. I do have like a nesting checklist freebie available. That is the 30-week update, and I'll give you a quick bump shot before we head out.